We got a couple of responses here off our Viber line. Tien says, "Good morning." Okay, I'll do this. I'll just I won't translate this, but anyway, at my age 30 plus, ang gentleman po ay dapat responsable and matured sa lahat ng bagay in general. Okay, we get that. Leia says, Hi, gentlemen. I'm a commuter every day. I ride a bus, jeep, and a UV Express. Simple example of being a gentleman. When a lady or a woman is going to sit next to a man or a guy, or no, if a woman is going to sit, the man or guy should give a little space or give his seat, especially if the woman is pregnant or if she's a senior citizen. I seldom encounter a gentleman nowadays. It's sad that only a few are like that. I see that too on the MRT, actually. And they pretend they're sleeping.
Yes, exactly.
Diba? Biglang, ang daming tulog na lalaki.
That's 101. That's gentleman 101. Give up your seat, open the door.
Yeah.
At least when I was growing up.
But if you're living in a city as congested as Manila, I'm not defending, but if you live in the city as congested as Manila, you'll never get a seat.
You'll never
if you.
Well, that is true.
I also personally feel more comfortable standing up because if I'm seated and I know there are women standing around me, I can't relax and I can't fake sleep very well. I don't do the fake sleep well on the MRT and stuff like that. Especially because you might get robbed.
Well, there you go. I can't.
I just rather stand up and just sort of say, sometimes I know that there have been situations like this, and we talked about this off air, where some women I thought it only happened in America, but apparently it's happening a bit more, where they get offended if you get up and offer them. Does that really happen more here?
Well, like I said off here, it did happen to me a couple of weeks ago. I was in the mall and I was opening a glass door.
Yeah.
Out of courteousness, just out of respect for this woman who was going out at the same time I was, and I opened the door for her, and she snapped at me and said, "I can open my own door." And I'm like, "What?"
Wow.
Then fine, I should have slammed the door. Pero I mean, it does. There are some women who get offended by that.
Wow,
this whole feminist thing. I'm not taking that against any woman for that matter.
Yeah.
It's just if it happens, it happens. To each his own. Pero ang sa akin kasi is I was brought up to respect women.
I would put the same rule as I do for ambulances. I know that there are some ambulances that don't have passengers in it and they still have the wang-wangs on.
Oh yeah.
Just give way. It's more a reflection on you than it is on the other person. So if you don't open the door because one or two women out of 20 or 100 or whatever the figure is get offended, let that be their problem. If that's your values and you're not hurting anyone, I would say do it. It's like giving something to a beggar. Say, oh, he'll spend on alcohol or drugs. That's well, layo ng analogy, no?
Yeah.
How do we get there? But my point is that it's not their behavior is not your problem. So if they get offended by it, I personally would say, well, if these are my values, and I personally have been brought up to open the door for somebody who's just behind me, then I'll do that. If they get offended, I'm sorry, but
do you guys do that for women?
Yes.
Do you open doors?
Yes, I do.
Like do you open doors for your car door?
Until now, yeah. For
you
my
still
wife,
do that
yeah.
for your wife?
I'm trying to figure out how did it start, this new movement? Parang, is it because equality? Is that it?
I think these are the extremists naman. I really don't. I personally can't remember encountering it here. I've encountered it in Australia before and America because that there were the extremists there, and I think it comes from that. It's more like, do you think I'm not capable?
Yeah, that's it. Parang, am I not your equal? Can't I open the door myself? So is it too much?
That I think is too much.
Yeah.
That I think is hurting.
But that's what happened to you, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And this reminds me of this viral story that happened a couple of years ago on the MRT when this girl called out this guy for not giving up his seat for her. Do you guys remember that?
I think I do.
And then she got a lot of flack for that. She got really bashed.
That part I didn't remember.
Oh, she got really bashed. She got really bullied online for that because people were defending the guy. It's his prerogative. He was there first. If I remember correctly, he was there first. He got in the train first, and he sat there first. Why should he give up your seat for you?
That part's true. I agree with that because if it becomes compulsory, then it's no longer good manners. It's you're forced to do it.
Yeah.
What makes it special is that you're not obligated to do it, and yet you choose to do it. If you choose to give a gift to somebody that you have to give a gift, it's no longer a gift. So I would think that, yeah, I mean, it's up to him. And I wouldn't also judge the guy if he didn't, unless the girl is pregnant or having difficulty, quite obviously.
No, she just said she was tired.
Well, then that's...
We're all tired.
Yeah, I mean...
We're all tired. We're there. And that was a trek home. That was a trip home. So the bad part kasi about it is that the girl bullied the guy. She took a picture of the guy. And then she posted it online. Shout out
cool.
nga pala sa lalaking to. Yung mga ganon.
That's not cool.
Yun, I think that's the part where people got really angry about it, because parang why you don't have the you don't have the strength to stand up on your own or stuff like that, But scarcity of a man being gentle, a scarcity of gentlemen nowadays. I mean, it's we have to really be very careful as to how we define a gentleman. Kasi they say, oh yeah, gentleman yan kasi binubuksan yung pintuan para sa akin. No, for me kasi it's the overall attitude of the person and his upbringing. I don't know if you guys would agree with me on that. Yeah, because you see,
a gentleman also, okay, doors opening and stuff, those are the traditional ways, but a gentleman, in my opinion, also wouldn't discuss religion and politics at a party.
Yes. Oh, exactly.
Because you know that you're going to tread on some toes or offend some people or get into a heated discussion. A gentleman knows that, he's going to put this, he doesn't want to cause any ruffles, and he's going to be as seamless as possible in any situation, whether it's a social or a business engagement or something. He's not intrusive.
Again, I agree. I hope there's something we disagree on, actually, but yeah.
Yeah,
in this part talaga, parang James is right. It's being courteous. It's being aware of the other person and not, stepping on their toes, and just being aware of who you are, where you are in the situation, and acting properly.
Okay, you just said the root word there, acting properly, which is something. I'm gonna step on some toes here, but I don't care. There are a lot of millennials and people, members of the Generation Z, who are not considered to be gentlemen. And when I say gentlemen, it's the way they act towards other women. Okay, this is what I've what I've been told and what I've seen is that the respect men have lack of respect for women now.
Okay, I think you
in what way?
They don't something as little as treating them properly.
But properly is wow. That's
very subjective.
Yeah, exactly. My proper and somebody else's proper are two different things.
Okay, what is proper for you guys?
I think we're old-fashioned. So
this
side of the room is old-fashioned. So the proper is there are some things that I've been taught. Okay, a gentleman would always clean his fingernails. And always
be well groomed, yeah.
And then when you talk about shoes, like shoes make the man a gentleman, etc.
Right,
it's not the price
right.
of the shoes; it's the condition of the shoes.
Exactly.
Obviously, style is subjective too, but just have a good, clean pair of shoes. If they're cheap, they're whatever. As long as they're clean, they're not scuffed, they're not scruffy. That's what we mean about shoes. A timepiece, a nice, elegant timepiece is nice, but
I like these rules from James.
Yeah,
I like the way he calls it timepiece, and we call it watches.
Yeah, but a gentleman would say timepiece.
Yes, would you have I like your timepiece.
Because it could also be in a little chain around your belt. One of those.
Does anybody still do that? Does anybody know what that chain is for? I mean, it's just.